Yo guys, Hawks again and welcome back to my channel. Today, I will talk about the Monster Hunter Rise, the newest Capcom game released last March 26, 2021. I have put together a handy guide whether you are new to the game or a veteran looking to find out what's new in this latest installment. This guide will give you some tips that you'll definitely want to consider. To begin with, Monster Hunter Rise is the latest installment in the Monster Hunter franchise. This time it's on Nintendo Switch but will be available on PC next year. The game is set around in Kamura Village, a place where you spend most of your time in between hunting, crafting armors and weapons, hanging out with your friends online and local. You will be able to go out hunting against various monsters, claim their monster parts and create those different armor sets and weapons, which ultimately is what keeps us from playing. Monster Hunter Rise also added a whole host of new features, but to begin with, let's start off with your quests. In Monster Hunter Rise, the concept works around the village and hub quests. Think of the village as like your story quests. These have to be done solo. They are low rank quests. So on the difficulty scale, they are not too challenging. But completing this will push you through the story and you can then go to the hub for your multiplayer quests. The hub quests are divided into low and high rank quests. But there is one brand new system which is incredibly good for those of you that want to get the story experience first and then jump online. Monster Hunter Rise introduces a system called Special License Quests, where when you get towards the end of the village quests, you will be given a special license quest which upon completing it, it's a double or a triple monster quest. It will then boost up your hunter rank so that when you jump into the hub, you do not have to repeat 1 star, 2 stars, or 3 stars. Out of that, Monster Hunter Rise introduces the Wirebug. This feature allows you to grapple up high into the sky and run across the walls with extra speed and mobility. These are great for traversing the maps, exploring, or helping you attack and recover when fighting monsters. Another addition are the switch skills. These are effectively new weapon skills that you can swap out to kind of create your own hunting style. Every single weapon has 3 different switch skill slots, and within each of those slots, there are 2 different options to choose from. You will unlock these as you progress throughout the game. The first switch skills you encounter, you'll get once you encounter your first rampage and you get towards the higher rank threshold effectively after completing your rampage and doing the 4-star quest. Master Tsushi will basically tell you about switch skills and he will give you one for each of the 14 weapons. Once you get into high rank and as you start going through and kind of climbing the star rankings, you will then have specific quests which will unlock your final switch skill. On top of that is the Palamutes. Again, another one of the new additions in Monster Hunter Rise. We have had Palicos for the longest time, our little cat buddies. But this time around we have dogs as well. You can ride this to travel around the map much faster if you bring one of them in your hunt. Same with the Palicos, you can craft a specific weapon or armor set for them. However, there are also different gear types to choose which can help deal more damage or support the hunter. The Palamutes are more offensive type compared to the Palicos that is more of a supportive type. You can take one in a multiplayer hunt and 2 if you hunt solo. You can hire different types of Palicos and Palamutes in the Body Island. My tip is to hire a lot of these bodies early in the game as you can also use them to gather items for you through submarines and Meowthinaries. You can also train them in the body dojo so they can level up even you don't bring them in the quest. Another addition to the game is Kahoot, an owl companion that you can call on when you are back in the Kamura village. You can interact with it and even feed it. As you progress throughout the game, you will also unlock different costumes for him. You can also check his nest after each quest, where you can acquire different items. Another additional feature is the Dangos, a food buff that gives you a boost in quests. This will give you additional health and stamina on top of the specific buffs you can choose. You will unlock various different side quests that offer new Dangos as rewards. Make sure to complete this, of course, to get better buffs as you progress. And finally, of course, new addition to the Monster Hunter Rise are the Rampage quests. This quest is focused on defending your village from a horde of monsters. You can install defensive equipment like ballistas, cannons, and traps to defend against the monsters who will try to break through the gate. As you progress through the quest, you will unlock more defensive equipments that you can install at each point. There are also powerful equipments you can use like the Dragonator and Splitting Wyvern Shot. However, you should use them efficiently as they have very long cooldown. In this quest, you can faint without failing the quest, and your goal here is to defend the gate. Occasionally, a counter signal will be activated which will greatly boost your damage with your weapon. During this time, you would want to dive in and face the monsters directly. A quick tip for those of you that happen to be newer in the Monster Hunter series. Do not get too bogged down in crafting armor sets too early in the game. You can play the game however you wanted. You can craft whatever you like, but keep in mind that the game is divided into low rank and high rank. So if you happen to spend a lot of time forging low rank armor sets, then by the time you get into the high rank, they will very quickly become dispensable. Furthermore, some items, weapons, and armor will also use low rank parts later on, so you're kind of saving materials and saving yourself some spare up time. On the time being, those are some beginner tips that will help you starting the game whether you are new or just returning to the Monster Hunter series. If you want more of this from us, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on our channel. Thank you guys and have a great Monster Hunter adventure!